I would like to start talking about Latin America. The continent is perhaps its most attractive moment for investment, especially in energy projects, given the global need for a transition to renewable energy sources. Two questions. What needs to be done for this to become a reality, and which countries in the region are leading this race?
Well, Enrique, first, thanks for the invitation. I'm very glad to be here. The region is, I think, it is at a slow pace, adopting renewable energies. And what needs to be done, I think, it has several parts. First, we need investment, and second, we need a change of mindset, I think. And what I mean by that, it's I think we need first policy support. We also need, of course, financial support and risk mitigation measures. And when I refer to strategic planning, I would like to give an example. For example, Chile is well known for its solar capacity. It has been leading the region on that area, but now it lacks transmission capabilities. So that has meant has generated some problems in the sector. We see some generation companies struggling because even though they can generate energy, they cannot transmit it. So there has been some lack of strategic planning there. Regarding policy, we have seen a lot of countries in the region developing better policies. I mean, Brazil is leading there with a welcoming investment environment. Well, we still need to see what happens in Argentina, but there has been a clear shift in policy with more certainty. In Peru, we're also seeing some support for renewable energy. I mean, in fact, they have, I think, 65% generation from renewable sources, mainly hydro. Well, we have also seen some policies in Colombia with a community-based approach with President Petro's new energy transition programs. So there's a lot of movement there. I think governments are adopting a different approach, a more welcoming approach. We have seen increases in the cost of capital. I mean, interest rates have gone up. Yeah. They are coming down, but still the cost of capital has increased quite a bit during the past years for many reasons. I mean, the pandemic, the political turmoil. We have a lot of countries with upcoming elections. So there's a lot to do there.
That's a great outlook. Thank you. Let's talk more about Baker McKenzie. How is the company involved in concessions and investments in general in the sector, and what are the most successful projects in which Baker McKenzie has taken part?
Well, we're as a full service firm. We accompany our clients from the very first stages of their projects until financing and exits, M&A. So we are very strong in development of projects, and I mean the projects practice generally, but also in terms of public law, permits, etc. We have very strong financial banking and finance and project finance practices and M&A. As a global, even though we're a global firm, I like to think of ourselves as a one team, and we truly are. I mean, we support each other across regions because we face similar challenges, and even though we are experts in our own jurisdictions, I'm from Chile, I'm an expert in the Chilean market, but we have an eye on the whole region and also globally. But the Latam team is very well connected. We know each other well. We support each other. We also team up very well with our teams in New York, Miami, and Chicago. And regarding recent transactions, there's one I hold deeply in my heart, which is one we have been working on and still are working on in Uruguay, which is called the Ferrocarril Central, which is the largest PPP project in the history of Uruguay. It's a huge project. It has local and Spanish and French capitals involved. It involved multilaterals, I mean CAF, IDB, also other banks. It involved a part of capital markets with Allianz. So it's been kind of a landmark transaction in the country.
A more global question now. We have recently experienced some very challenging years due to COVID, resulting measures that have unbalanced the global economy. You mentioned in your first answer. My question is, have we overcome the consequence yet? How do you view the supply of new infrastructure and energy projects in Latin America, mostly in the short and medium term?
Even though the projects are normalizing and also the supply chains, there are still some disruptions in supply chains that still pose a challenge to developers. And also what I think it has been the biggest impact, and I already mentioned it, is the cost of capital. I mean, interest rates have gone up. That has, of course, has a huge impact in new developments, in the access to financing and to make them financially viable. That's still that has still had a great impact, and that I think was increased in some countries, for example, due to bad policy making. And again, I'm going back to policy. For example, in Chile and Peru, we had huge withdrawals of pension funds, which affected capital markets in each country.
Perfect. A final question. I would like you to give us a testimonial about the event, but also the GRI Club as a club, offering club meetings and site visits and connecting authorities with private sector. What can you tell us about GRI Club, please?
What I can say, it's a great place to meet people informally. I mean, you have here you have access to a lot of people in high places, and you can connect informally and learn from them. Not only connect them in a business sense, but you can also learn a lot from them. I mean, we just had a first panel, which was really entertaining, informal. We had laughs. I mean, I think it's really an excellent place to make meaningful connections.